These questions will make the people that you are talking with love you, remember you, want to talk to you again. What is the best way to impress people? Not by being the most interesting. It's by making the people around you feel that they are super interesting. Because by feeling super interesting around the person, I would be happy to be around this person again because I feel seen. And this is the thing that all of us on this planet wants to feel. You will be the person who's not talking with the people about where they work, what this, what that, and you having a cool question that makes the other person think, create something, remember a cool story, share with joy, and you will receive it with joy as well, without judgment. This is what will make you the person that other people will be happy to be around. So I would say, hey, I have a cool question. Would you like to hear it? These questions will not take you to a super deep, heartbroken conversation. These questions will make you and the other person have more fun, and these questions will show you who is this person you're talking with. You can take whatever you want. I'm giving you a lot so you will have the options. Let's go. Question number 1 in all of Wadia. Tell me about a wonderful experience that you remember or that you had. Okay, you can say it like that, you can say it like that. In recent years, if you want to be more specific, because many times people need the time to remember. Sometimes they just remember very quickly. The more specific you are, it's easily to remember. So this is the first question. This is one of my questions that I use for years. Second question that I super love, I invented her recently. Tell me something that you would be so happy to share, but you didn't have a lot of opportunities to share it. A wonderful story, a cool story that happened to you. This question got me and my partner in the most interesting conversation that took 3 hours, and we had the best time with a person that we met only once. Sat with him 3 hours, talked about everything, everything, and since then we didn't see her again, but we had the best time with this person, and this person felt comfortable to shared a wonderful story, and from that we went on a unknown maze. Third question. Tell me about an experience that changed your life for the better. One experience that you had in your life that pops out right now, that you felt that had a wonderful impact on your life. I gave you another way to ask these questions. You need to know. The thing is that maybe if you don't have an answer, so it's not because this person is like stupid, don't remember anything. It's because maybe the way we asked, it's not the way that clicks for him. So try another way. Fourth question. Tell me something cool that you understood recently about yourself or about the world that taught you something valuable. Cool, like an understanding, deep understanding, like a click, doing, boing, lamp above your head, this type of thing. Question number 5. What is your favorite quote and why? We don't need to be poems to know or hear quotes. It's not exactly a poem, but all of us have a quote that we love, that impacted our life, maybe tattooed on our arm, Question number 6. Which movie impacted your life the most? And in which way it reflects in the physical reality? Like, which movie made you understand something? And for that, this is why you behave this way. Believe this thing. Focus on this thing. Plenty of ways of asking the question. Question number 7. What is your hidden talent? I'm sure that so many people would like to share their hidden talent. My hidden talent, my partner discovered it only 2 years ago, and I don't think that anyone on this earth knows my hidden talent. Hidden talent. I will share it with you, okay? You already asked. You're already asking me, I will share it. My hidden talent is that I can recognize a song very, very quickly, like super quickly. Might be in a second. That you like press, I hear it, and like tuk tuk. Not from this year's songs, from the 90s and the early 20s, because I was 24/7 in front of the MTV. So just watching the video and hearing song after song, so I know all of the mainstream songs that were in the past, and I can recognize them very quickly. So there we go, I shared my hidden talent with you. Yeah. If you could delete one thing in this world, delete in a way that as if it never was exist. It never existed. If I'm saying it right, what would it be? Interesting. Question number 9. If there were no social rules, like social norm rules, what would you do right now and with whom? What would you like to do? Where would you like to go? And with whom? It's very interesting, because it's very interesting who is the person this person would like to be with. Maybe it's not obvious as we think it is, especially when we meet a person for the first time. Question number 10. Tell me a story that belongs to another person and it impacted your life. Huh? Something that you heard that happened to a person and his lesson was enough for you to have as your own lesson as well. Huh? And not in a like lesson in a bad way. Maybe something wonderful. Hope so. Number 11. Tell me an embarrassing story that now it's hilarious. This person gave himself time to heal, and now we can laugh about it. And now we can also share it with other people, so we all laugh about his embarrassing story together. Lovely. This is how you will. I think this is a great question for a first date, because you will laugh. Because first date, it's like super scary, it's not comfortable, it's a bit embarrassing. So if you will share a super funny story that was embarrassing in the past maybe, and now you laugh about it, it will lose the vibe, both of you. And from that, it's easier to connect. Yeah. And every connection that's based on laughter, it's wonderful in my opinion. So I think it's a great question. Number 12. Tell me about the nicest gesture someone did for you. Maybe as a child, as a teenager, maybe recently. It doesn't need to be like a super huge, gave you $100,000. Something cool that you didn't expect it to happen and happened with a person that you maybe know, maybe don't know. I'm sure that you have, if you will think about it, your brain will give you at least one story. So, yeah. Question number 13. Tell me about a nicest gesture. It's hard for me to say this word. A nice gesture, that you did for someone else, even if he doesn't know about it. I'm sure that it happened to many of us, that we did something for another person while he doesn't even know about it. but we do. Yeah. And it's also a cool way to know a person. If you know, can I be around him or not? Question number 14. If you could invent a superpower, invent from zero, if like from in your world it doesn't exist, because you have plenty of superpowers, but I wasn't reading comics and stuff, so I don't know all of them. I know the basics: flying, being invisible. What would it be and why? Cool, right? Fun. It's a fun question for friends gathering, for meeting a new person, a new co-worker. Super fun question. It's fun to answer it, fun to ask it. Question 15. Let's say your life is a movie. What can you tell me about the main character? Wow. Because that person will tell you something about how he sees himself. Okay? And it's easier to answer that because it's like, it's not me, it's a movie. It's main character that it's not me, but it's cool technique that when you use on, instead of asking a direct question, you ask a question like from the side, or give your example like from yourself. If I was doing this and that, what was your opinion? What is your suggestion? And then you see what this person sees, how this person thinks. But it's harder to answer sometimes questions from our personal identities, but it's easier to answer from a third person, and yeah, maybe now I'm telling you that and you think about it, but it's not obvious. For people, this is way easier to answer these questions, and you can know from this question, you can understand some things. And what can you tell me about the main character? You can everything. If you wanted to have a deep conversation, so you can ask, what can you tell me about the main character, hardest day, hardest time, painful experience, if you wanted to go deep. Question number 16 with the same start. Let's say your life is a movie. Can you please tell me, where is the character now, or at the beginning of the movie? Where is she in the end of the movie? And what did she had to go through to come from here to here? Interesting, right? This is an interesting way that you can understand what are the goals of this person. Not in the physical world, maybe not like in achieving is the start of the movie doesn't have a degree, the end of the movie has a degree. To get a degree needs to study for 4 years. No, it may take you to a very interesting conversation, very deep, but not like in a painful way. And also it will help the other person to see his path. So it's very cool for both sides. Question 17, again, I love this thing. Let's say your life is a movie. And let's take the main character. And please tell me, who are the other characters that impact the main character the most? And in which way? Question 18. I love this question. I want to try it. It sounds super funny. An alien comes to visit planet Earth for his first time, and you have 1 minute to brief him on how to live here, how to survive. What would you tell him? Cool, right? I love it. I invented this question and said, oh, I need to ask these questions because they're so funny, and they doesn't seem so and they don't seem so serious. So it's so fun to ask them, and it's fun to answer them. You know, it's not like you're on an exam and you have to answer, or it depends, your life depends on the answer that you will get. So it's a super fun question. You can give more than 1 minute, you can give 3 minutes, you can have 5 sentences. You can change it, but this is the main. Then you can see how the person sees the life on this planet Earth, how this person believes that this is the way to survive and live. Right? Cool for first dates. Question 19, also a funny question. Tomorrow, you will become a dictator. What will be the first rule that your country must obey to you, the new dictator? Question number 20. You are meeting the genie. Woohoo! What would be your 3 wishes? And you can ask also why. But yeah, super interesting question. I don't know if I invented it. I never heard it before, but I'm sure that it exists already, maybe. And if not, there you go, on the house for free. I would be happy if you will subscribe my channel. It will help me a lot because it's for free. So you know, you just do click and write a comment and share it with your friends. Share it, pass it forward, like or dislike. Question number 21. You will become God for 1 day, only 1 day. How your day is going to look like? Think about it. You can do whatever you want for 1 day, 24 hours. What would you do? Lovely to think about it, because these questions are making it makes you think. As I said, this is why it's fun, and it makes you imagine. And we are all grown children with subjective life experience, therefore life view, and therefore reality. And our nature is to imagine. So these questions make you imagine, like kids, because we are kids, but we don't look like anymore. Question 22. You will become God for 1 day again. And what you will decide this day will stay, will exist in our world forever. What is it going to be that will stay forever? Forever, ever. Forever, ever. Question 23. You have the responsibility to decide what are the 3 new questions for small talk that will become normal immediately. Like, people will not know that in the past it was how are you, what's new, what are you studying, where are you working, as if these were the questions all along. What 3 questions would you choose? Cool questions, fun question. I think as a new co-worker, or also a first date, because then you can understand what really is interesting for the other person. 24. A belief that you have, that you are aware of, that you know that this belief is not true, false belief, and you still believe it. This question is a deeper question, so it's very good for a first date. And because we believe in plenty of things that they are not true. I'm not saying like ghost or not, I'm not talking about ghost or stuff like that. I'm talking about a belief of yours that harming you. Money doesn't go on trees. I am not enough. The rich people are the mean people. Okay? People who doesn't like cats are bad. So you know it's not true, but for some reason you will still believe in that, and this is why you will judge yourself or other people. Question 25. Tell me about a childhood memory that you have that just warms your heart. Ah, what a lovely question, right? And then you can hear something wonderful that happened to a person when he was a child or a teenager, and he will be smiling and happy to remember that, to talking about it, to share it with you. And it's also lovely to hear these stories. Every person is a different book, so it's also new to you. Or maybe you had the same experience, so this is so super cool, who knows. Question number 26. Tell me a cool story that happened in your life, scenario, that sounds unreal, but it is real. Okay, here you can share crazy stories, funny stories, interesting stories that happen to you that it really sounds unbelievable, but it's true. Last question. Thank you for being here until the last question. I hope that you loved all of this question. And this is why the last question is, what is your favorite question? I would be happy to read it in the comments. Like, what is your favorite question? Or just share in the comments an answer for a question that I asked you right now, because this was the thing of this video. It wasn't only giving you 27 questions to have in your 27 questions bag. It also was for you to sit and think with yourself. Think about an answer to this question, because you deserve to be asked interesting questions. So I was happy to give you cool questions to ask new people, and I was happy to ask you these cool questions. So I would be happy to read in the comments your favorite question, your least favorite, maybe a new question that you have, a very cool question that also will give other people to put in their question bag and ask people when they meet them. Blah, blah, blah. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that I helped in some way, in a cool way today. Thank you. And I wish you a magical day full of magical adventures and wonderful life stories that if someone will ask, you will have some pretty cool and wonderful answers to give and stories to tell. Thank you.